Tonight we highlight an organization that's impacting young women in the community and kids in the EBR school system. How's that nutrition working out for them? We got the scoop. See what I did there? Talking about the school system, the head man is on the desk and we'll talk with him. Roll it, Kyle. Can you believe it's March already? What is happening with this year? Well, let's get into it. Dr. Sito Narcisse is here with us in studio and here to talk about what's happening with the EBR school system. Got a couple segments today, one with you and one about the nutrition of the school kids. And I got to say, I'm impressed about that one. We'll get to that one later on. I walked into the studio and was blown away. But first up, let's talk about where the district is right now. So you've been here a while. You're not brand new anymore. So how are we doing?
No, we're doing pretty good. I mean, we're super excited. You know, we've been working really hard for the last 2 years. So a lot of things are already, the fruits of our labor are already starting to show. We've increased about 1,000 seats for early childhood education already, and that's from the ages of 0 to 4. We got about 6,000 plus in our network of students. Just the other day, we released 9th grade on-track scores. Kids were, when we started, was 67% of the kids were on track in 9th grade. Now it's 87%, unheard of. As you know, if you're off track in the 9th grade, your chances to graduate from high school diminish 4 times.
How have you been able to do that?
So we did what we call actual 9th grade academies. So if you go to the schools, is where you create an opportunity for kids in the 9th grade to have a subset of experiences through cohorts. And so because they are within those cohorts, they can have conversations, engage with more counseling. We've had more coordinators that help support them, like success coaches, you can call them academy pathway folks. And also we've had decreased amount of counselors in school, which have helped kids to connect more with adults. The other part that's been super helpful is, you know, we made a requirement with our Pathways a Bright Future, where we required kids to take either an advanced placement class, an industry-based certification, or dual enrollment class. We started off with about just approximately around 2,000 kids at that time that were a part of that out of 10,000 high school kids. Now the number is 6,000.
That's fantastic.
So it's unheard of what's happening right now in our school system.
You know, it's interesting because you're always so optimistic about where we're going. Do you think the pushback that you got initially has diminished? Or is it about the, you smile like that. Has it diminished some?
Well, you know, I don't call it pushback, I call it love. But, you know, the reality when you're trying to, you know, make change to help get a system to, for a community to be able to accept that, but there's so much more that we can do. You know, there's always going to be some sets of challenges because you're trying to not only make sure you get enough information out, but you're also trying to bring people in. I mean, there's a lot of things that we've had to learn, you know, on how we work through with the community, feedback, and also push a little bit the community, say, hey, kids can get so much more, so much better, right? And I think that just is a part of the process in schools. I mean, EBR, we are always in the state of Louisiana should be trendsetters. We're the capital city. There's a lot of great things that we have in terms of resources that other parishes do not have. And so, you know, it's a matter of us taking advantage of that, and that's what we've done.
You've got a millage coming up next month, I think on August 29th. It's a renewal of an existing millage that is a big part of your fund for the school district. Let's talk a little bit about that.
You know, so yes, we are excited to see that. We hope that this millage passed. Without the millage, 28% less property tax funding for the next 10 years. The millage will support programs, class sizes, staffing, extracurricular activities. All those things will be significantly impacted if we don't have it. And the millage renewals are not an increase in the current tax.
It's an extension of what currently exists right now.
That is correct.
For the school system, what is the one thing that people should know about this if it isn't? I mean, you talked about the percentages, but bring it home to people. What do you lose if this isn't extended?
Yeah, I mean, it'll impact in a lot of ways, from programs to salaries for staff. I mean, it'll hit very hard for us for the next couple of years, and so it's really important. Now, one of the things we're working on tremendously is to increase the salaries for all staff in the schools, and we have to do that to stay competitive and also to keep teachers in the classroom.
I got about a little over a minute here. What is your goal for this year? As you finish this current school year, what's #1 on your list?
Yeah, #1 is to keep kids on track. I mean, right now, a lot of our data is showing, progression. More kids are reading. We're improving tremendously with kids with after-school program. We have summer programs we're going to be doing. So we want to be able to see kids finish up strong so they can go into the groove into the summer and into the next year. We put a lot of wraparound programs like elementary sports, community service. We work with the Baton Rouge Area Youth Network, where it's 60 nonprofit groups helping us support kids. In the summertime, we're going to be extending summer school in terms of the time of day. And so right now it's trying to finish to pivot into summer. You know, we never stop. People don't see that. They think, you know, once the end of the year it's done. So.
Well, look, Nicola Hall is going to be here in the last segment. I want you to stick around for that segment because we're going to talk about nutrition. I got a joke I've been waiting to tell about that. So everybody's watching this thing in Ukraine right now. It's been a year going on, and we're going to talk with Colonel David Kuvion about what's going on with that and what he believes Putin's endgame is. We'll come back and talk to the Colonel in just a moment. Stay right there.